and it helps us feel good. You know, there's receptors in our brain that certain foods trigger, and so it's comforting, and that's why we eat the certain foods that we eat. And some of the foods have chemicals in them that also make them very satisfying.
Right. So how do we make that switch? How did you make it?
My switch was not a normal transition. I went cold turkey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in part because I was pretty sick and I wanted to change my life.
Nice.
So,
not that the sick part, but the fact that you went cold turkey and you
so I
decided
went
to change
cold
your life
turkey.
yourself.
So, I have a brain tumor, an autoimmune disorder, and a polycystic ovary syndrome.
Okay.
And so I was told that I have to be on medication for the rest of my life, and if I didn't take medication, that I would not live too long and all these other things. So I decided to do some research after being on meds for a pretty long time.
Wow.
And so in 2001, I went cold turkey.
Nice.
Yeah.
And are you still on those meds?
No longer on meds.
Nice.
Most of my symptoms are gone. Autoimmune disorder is in remission, so I can really say that the lifestyle has been really transformative for me. But it's, again, a lifestyle and not just a diet for me.
Love it.
So when I think about eating, I don't think about eating just from how do I eat through my mouth. I'm thinking about how I eat through my skin, the products I use on my skin, the products I use in my hair, what I'm looking at, what I'm smelling, what I'm hearing. So it's all five senses, making sure that I'm eating properly through all those five senses.
A lot of the disorders or issues that a lot of African American women are facing, or women in African diaspora, they say it that half of them, okay, they can't be cured. You have to be on meds forever. And you mentioned a valid point. By changing your diet is something that can alter the outcome of these diseases or disorders. One thing in particular, fibroids. And you didn't mention anything about it, but I was speaking to, someone, and they were telling me how, they had fibroids that was almost like the size of a baby, and they got it removed, and they came back. And she couldn't understand why they came back.
So there are multiple factors for things like fibroids. Research is finally showing that our hair products are the most toxic on the market.
Right.
And not just our hair products, beauty products that are sold to women of color are the most toxic. And those things are carcinogenic. They cause toxins. And a lot of times we have this beautiful body, and if you're overloading it with toxins, it has to deal with it in a certain way, and so it encapsulates it, and then we'll say, oh my gosh, you have like a tumor or fibroid, when in reality it might be something. It could be something environmental. If we're looking at it from like a mental perspective, research is also showing that trauma changes our DNA and impacts our bodies. And when we look at the trauma that we've inherited, and we've looked at the trauma that we're dealing in our individual lives, those things are also going to lead to things like fibroids and other disorders that we're suffering from. So it's not as simple as I'm going to change my diet. It has to be a lifestyle overhaul. It has to be a unapologetic self-care. It has to be even just making sure that the people you are around are nurturing and loving and supporting you in that journey.
That they're bringing on.
For sure. And so like my 18-year journey to be where I'm at right now wasn't an easy one. It has had highs and lows. But I have to, what is most important is that I'm unapologetic about.
I love it.
Taking care of myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I was thinking about too, because unfortunately when we make these sudden changes, some of the people that we're around, they can't understand.
For sure.
Can't grasp it.
I'm a type of person who is able to do something cold turkey, but when I work with clients, I don't do cold turkey transitions because it's not realistic. You have to put a system in place to make sure that the transitions you're making are sustainable. So I say, instead of like going cold turkey, make small steps. And once you've conquered that particular step, then move on to the next one. Conquer that one, and before you know it, you'll wake up and you've had a new lifestyle that you've never expected.
Love it, NZINGAH.
Yeah.
So you're going to join us here on May 5th
at
the Muse 305 campus. So what can we expect from you?
I will be giving you some raw Haitian loving and some extraness in there.
Ooh.
Yeah. So some raw and some not raw, but definitely wanted to bring like some Haitian dishes that
Please
are pretty
educate
healthy.
us, because the only thing we know about is legume What else? Faye, epina.
Yeah, but there are ways to make those things in a healthy way.
Of course.
And part of my movement with Yes Baby I Like It Raw is healthy food shouldn't be nasty.
Right.
You know? So a lot of times when we think of healthy, we think we have to give up
all of the
flavorful food.
Yes.
And that is not true. So
we definitely have to be here on May 5th.
For sure.
So where can we contact you for more information?
You can contact me at yesbabyilikeItraw.com, or you can go on Instagram at yesbabyilikeItraw.
It's the movement, you guys. Thanks for saying family. We'll be back.